The following program is being brought to you on the Voice America Women's Channel. For more information about our network and to check out additional show hosts and topics of interest, please visit voiceamericawomen.com. The Voice America Talk Radio Network is the worldwide leader in live Internet talk radio. Visit voiceamerica.com. The views and ideas expressed on the following program are strictly those of the host or guests and do not necessarily reflect the views and ideas held by the Voice America Talk Radio Network, its staff, and management.
Welcome to Empowering Women, Transforming Lives with Rebecca Hall Gruyter. In our program each week, we provide the tools, ideas, and encouragement to help you move ahead on your journey, becoming a more powerful and impactful woman in your own life. Now here's your host, Rebecca Hall Gruyter.
Welcome, everyone. I hope that you're having an absolutely amazing day and honored and excited to have you leaning into spending time with us. Today, we're going to be talking about the self-love revolution. Not just a movement, not just a cause. This is a revolution that we are leaning into and bringing forward. And in order for us to get the most out of our time together today, I wanted us to stop and pause for a moment and really think about if you are treating yourself like your own best friend. If you asked yourself, self, do you feel loved? What would the answer be? On a mind, body, soul, and spirit level, would you know I am loved and I love myself? Have you done something today to express that love to yourself? Have you said yes to something that nourishes and supports you, like the call today, the time together today? You already have done that. That's a yes. But what else have you said yes to? What have you said no to? Have you celebrated yourself in any way today? Have you shared that out, done something that brings you joy, that encourages you? I want you to really think about that. What are you building into your life every single day that encourages you, that uplifts you, that empowers you, that helps you feel loved, nourished, and supported to that point of overflow? Like you feel so full of love that it's able to flow out of you into other people's lives as well, in a way that you have an endless supply because you are really carving out those ways and time and space to declare your love for yourself, to encourage yourself, to build yourself up in a really, really powerful way, because you are so needed in this world. There's only one of you. You are an absolute gift. Today, we have an expert that has created the self-love revolution. She has an amazing background I'm going to share a little bit of with you a little bit later in our time together, but is committed to bringing this revolution forward and creating resources and programs and bringing experts to help you feel loved and supported in a practical and a profound way. I hope you're really excited about the conversation we're going to have today as we lean in and really discover ways to build our energy up, to feel that love. And towards the end of the call, towards the end of the show, we're going to let you know how to tap into this amazing program and resource that she's made available. I'm honored to be a part of it as we bring the self-love revolution forward. So I hope you're excited. My hands are up as we lean in to this conversation. But again, so you can get the most out of our time together, let's take a moment to pause, take a breath together, and really center in so that you're in a place ready to receive and get the most out of what is here for you today, because it is not an accident that you've tuned in, that you joined us today. There is a purpose and there is something here for you. And I hope multiple somethings that you'll be able to take with you back out into the world. But let's really get to a place where we're centered and ready to receive. Those of you who are driving, please stay safe, both hands on the wheels, alert, eyes open, just inwardly tuning in. But those of you who are able to, let's really center and put both feet on the floor. Sit back in your chair. Take a deep breath, a belly breath. Breathe out through your mouth like a straw. So in through your nose, filling your belly. Let it expand and breathe out through your mouth. Keep this deep belly breathing going. It lowers our cortisol levels. It brings us very, very present, reduces stress, and connects us. Go ahead and close your eyes. Keep breathing. Don't forget to breathe. Put one hand on your heart, one hand on your head, and let's just inwardly tune in. So in this space, as we pause for a moment, I want you to think about, what is it that you need today? What is it that would help you feel loved, supported, encouraged, empowered? What is it that you need today to support you on your journey? Sometimes it'll come in the form of a picture or a memory, sound. Use all of your senses. Feel into what is it that you need today. And the second part of that question is, what are you willing to receive? Because that's two parts to it. What is it you need? And what is it that you are willing to receive? Are you willing to receive that thing that you need? Whatever it is. Breathe in that information. Great. Go ahead and come back into the room, fully present, alert, eyes open. And let's capture that information, whatever it is that was placed on your heart that you need today, that has touched your heart, and that you are willing to receive. And I encourage you to write it down so you keep it top of mind, not just for the time we have together today for this show as we lean into the conversation, but I want you to keep it top of mind throughout the day so you are actively on the lookout for exactly what you need and are willing to receive it. It's so much easier when we have that clarity and we know what we need and we're able to recognize it then in front of us and lean into it. So I encourage you to keep it top of mind and be actively looking with expectation and excitement for what it is that you need and are willing to receive today, real time. Beautiful. Let's breathe that in one more time. Wonderful. And I'm going to ask our amazing guest what was laid upon her heart as we went in for a moment and paused and felt in and listened. So, Sonia, do you mind sharing what was laid upon your heart?
I don't mind at all. First, I have a big smile on my face. I'm very, very happy to be here. My heart is very joyful. Mm-hmm. And what resonated the most was the willingness to receive. And that's such a piece, to really be open to receive and to feel important enough to receive. So what's on my heart right now is, to anyone who's listening, and myself and you, it's like, just be open to receive with the feeling that I'm worthy of receiving. Everyone is worthy of receiving.
Beautiful. Thank you for sharing that. Really feeling worthy of receiving and being willing to receive. It's, I find so often, I'll just do it myself or I can do it, and I won't ask for help, or I brush it off and I don't always lean in and receive and accept and celebrate that it does come. So I love that willingness to receive. And I also have a smile on my face. I feel great joy in connecting with you today.
Can I add one little thing to it? Just the willingness and receive is really, to be worthy to receive means also your time is so precious. Just to put distraction aside, close Facebook, close email, switch off your phone, and be with us here, fully present, because you are worth it of receiving.
Beautiful. Thank you. Absolutely. So being here, being with us, fully present is absolutely enough. And we are here to pour into each and every one of you. So thank you. Beautiful reminder. You're absolutely willing to receive, and it brings me great joy to connect with you and talk about self-love and all of what that means and how you can tap into bringing more of that into your life, that it's not anything outside of you that can make that happen. It's you that can really create and lead and bring that into your life. And that's really exciting news. That puts you into a place of power and a place that you can actually lead and direct receiving that into your life. Now, I hope that you are excited and encouraged to lean into our conversation. But here's how you can get the most out of the way this show is structured. So one, staying fully present, which Sonia brought to heart and mind. Secondly, it is not rushing off during the commercial breaks. I like to call these 2-minute moments just for you. So staying fully present, giving yourself the time and the opportunity to process exactly what's been placed on your heart, what is being shared with you real time. And when we do that throughout the show, during those moments, during that time, you're going to be able to process everything on a cellular level. And as you step out back into the world, you are equipped and empowered to do it in a really powerful way. You're not adding things to your to-do list. You're actually doing things right now to nourish you, to empower you, to equip you to move forward in life in a really amazing way. You are so valuable and needed. So make sure during these 2-minute moments that you lean in and listen, pause, and breathe. We have amazing commercials, and I like to call them actually updates and highlights of things that we feel would be really valuable to you. So while you're pausing and breathing and listening, I encourage you to tune in to what is being shared with you as well. They are absolutely there to support you, equip, and empower you. With that, we are getting ready to go to our first commercial break, our first 2-minute moment just for you. Here's the extra credit bonus opportunity I want to invite you to lean into during this time. Think about how you would recognize that you love yourself. What are some of the indicators that would help you recognize that and feel loved? And how does that tie into what was laid upon your heart? So with that, I want to encourage you to lean in, listen, process, see what comes to your heart and mind. And when you come back, we're going to interview our amazing guest and hear her wisdom, insights, and expertise to support us on our journey. We look forward to talking to you in just a moment.
Voice America Women. Your passion starts here. Tune in to the Just Jan TV show at justjantvshow.com. Visionary women's leader Jan Jorgensen is inspiring, practical, and visionary. Jan brings us everyday transformational emerging leaders, courageously changing the world by speaking and living their truth. Sit around the table with us for profound feminine wisdom, insights, and connection. Be sure to join us at justjantvshow.com. New episodes are every Tuesday at 11 a.m. Pacific Time at justjantvshow.com.
Rebecca Hall Gruyter's Speaker Talent Search is looking for speakers wanting to get on more stages. With just one audition, you could open the doors to hundreds of speaking opportunities, reach more people, and expand your impact. Finalists get to audition live in front of leaders looking to fill all kinds of speaking opportunities. Apply now at speakertalentsearch.com. That's speakertalentsearch.com. We look forward to hearing your message.
Announcing a powerful new TV channel featuring programs designed to enhance and transform your life. Make powerful connections, one program at a time. And by doing so, we can bring transformation to the world.
Tune in each week to Empowered Connections TV as we add new programs to help you make empowered connections of your own. Visit empoweredconnectionstv.com. That's empoweredconnectionstv.com. And make the most of an incredible life transformation.
For women, the pressure to achieve is stronger, the work hours longer, and the struggle for respect and authority more complex than ever. You want guidance on how to succeed, and you are not alone. You're invited to take your coffee break with Game Changers on Tuesdays at 9 a.m. Pacific, 12 p.m. Eastern for our special series, Game Changing Women. Powerful women leaders will help you make sense of it all, analyze how you can change the game, and share their playbooks. Game Changing Women, presented by SAP on the Business Channel.
Become our friend on Facebook. Post your thoughts about our shows and network on our timeline. Visit facebook.com/Voice America.
You're listening to Empowering Women, Transforming Lives with your host, Rebecca Hall Gruyter. If you have a question or comment for Rebecca or her guest, we'd love to hear from you. Please call into the program at 1-866-613-1612. That's 1-866-613-1612. You may also send an email to Rebecca at yourpurposedrivenpractice.com. Now back to Empowering Women, Transforming Lives.
Welcome back, everyone. I hope that you enjoyed that first 2-minute moment being present, really listening in and seeing what's being placed on your heart. We're so good at rushing off and doing things on the to-do list that I feel like the muscle we need to build is that being present, listening, breathing, and pausing. So I invite you to practice building that muscle throughout our time together today. So let's breathe that in. That's a way to breathe it in on a cellular level. Wonderful, wonderful. And I promised before we went to our first break here that we would start our conversation with our amazing guest. But before we do that, I wanted to share a little bit about her. You heard some of her heart in our opening segment, and I want you to know a little bit more of her formal background. So Sonia Bueno de la Torre is a personal coach, energy healer, speaker, meditation teacher, author, and a high-level coach for mind, body, and spirit, who is absolutely passionate about helping women around the world, so global vision around the world, fully embrace their worth, their confidence, and power. Let's lean in and warmly welcome our amazing guest today. Yay! Welcome!
Thank you, Rebecca. Thank you so much. It's a pleasure being here.
Glad to have you. I need a cheering crowd when I do that. I'm always envisioning that.
Yeah, I envision it, yes, yeah.
Well, very excited to have you joining us today. And I love to start with the question about why. Why is this work of helping women in this way personally so important to you? Do you have your own journey that ties into that, or why does it touch your heart so much? I'd love to share that with our listeners today.
Yeah, absolutely, yes. And I do have a story, and as so often it's a painful story from the back, and that's why I'm so passionate. You know, when looking now, you know, my life is joyful. I love myself. I live an amazing life, and that's not where I'm coming from. When I was young, I felt very bad about myself at a very early age, and I remember that I was on my first diet when I was 14 because I felt fat and ugly, and I felt fat and ugly for most of my life. And I had this nagging feeling that I'm not good enough. I suffered from severe depression. I was comparing myself all the time. I felt very lonely with it. I just didn't feel like I fit. I felt like something is deeply wrong with me. And so growing up with that pain, at some point in my life, it got so bad that I made a decision. I made a decision to do something about it because, to be honest, Rebecca, there was a point in my life, nearly 20 years ago, that I knew either I change something and I learn how to love myself, or I take my life away. And that was the turning point where I said, I made a decision. I'm going to do whatever it takes to love myself. And that's when I started the journey of transformation. And it was challenging. It took some time. I really dig deep and realized that so much was going on inside of me that wasn't really me. And through my own transformation and through my own healing is when I connected with that higher purpose of really sharing this with other women and helping other women, because I know so many women feel like they're not good enough, they don't feel confident, they just are too harsh on themselves. And that's why I'm so passionate. And we women really hold the key to make a huge change in the world.
Yes. Thank you for sharing some of your journey there and that turning point. It's so interesting as I talk to experts and people, and the reason that they do what they do, that there's that turning point that happens where they step in and say, okay, no more, and I need to either go this direction or that, and I declare I will go this way and we'll find a better way. So I celebrate that you did that and love that you are now echoing that out into the world and helping women step into their power, into their worth and their confidence. Really, really beautiful.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and just to add, like, I do also help men, so they're super welcomed. Men need self-love as well. However, as is the, mostly I reach and attract women, but just, any man listening, you are so loved and welcomed too.
We love our empowered men as well. Absolutely. And I think it's very important to have them as part of the conversation, that really speaking truth and worth into men's lives and into women's lives is really, really important, and uniting together, not dividing. So thank you for clarifying that you support men too. Beautiful. So those men who have been listening, keep listening and join our conversation.
Yes, totally. Stay with us.
So we opened the beginning of our show talking about self-love and the self-love revolution. And I know we're going to get into more information about that. But I wanted us to kind of be all on the same page. So when we talk about self-love, do you mind defining what you mean by that and why it's so important to have it to really thrive, not just survive in life?
Absolutely, my pleasure. Like, self-love for me means that you know who you are, you love who you are because you're connected and present with yourself. That means you embrace everything that is about you. It doesn't mean you are just lovable when you think you're so-called perfect, or you look a certain way, or you do great things. It's really embracing everything of who you are in a very loving and accepting way. And to connect with who you are, but what I mean by that is we are also conditioned. We have so many beliefs, wrong beliefs, stuff that comes from the outside, that we lose sight of who we actually are. So we don't see ourselves anymore. And when we do see ourselves again, we do love ourselves naturally because, and you said that in the beginning, Rebecca, and I like that, it's nothing from the outside. Self-love is already in us. It's just covered up with so much self-judgment, beliefs, conditioning, fears, that we don't tap into it anymore. So the journey is really to reveal all that stuff so that you're just comfortable spending time with yourself, and you honor yourself. You trust yourself, you respect yourself, and you enjoy yourself. And when you don't have that deep within, you cannot create that on the outside. So and sometimes people say like it's exaggerated, but for me, if you don't love yourself, you don't truly have a life. So that's really so foundational for everything.
Thank you. And so core, as you were sharing, what was dropping into my heart, just an image of young children. I'm thinking about those young toddlers that are kind of just discovering, oh, I have all these toes. I have these legs. I fell down. Look, I can get up, and look at that butterfly. Like, there's such a joy in being and exploring. I think there's a lot of wisdom in finding a way to have that wonder of ourselves and of how we start and stop with the world, that we can really add that richness back into our life.
Yes, totally. And you just said something about when when we're young, I mean, we get conditioned very early in childhood, and you know that yourself, Rebecca. And at the same time, when we come into this world, like as babies, we are not in a crib in the hospital and say, oh my God, this baby over there looks much better than me, and oh, I'm fat and my choppy cheeks. And, you know, like when we are the being, you know, still in being, we're just comfortable with ourselves. And you can see it with babies. They lay down there for hours, and you don't have to distract them. They're just okay with who they are. So, and it's really to reconnecting to that essence that you came in here, if that makes sense.
Absolutely. I love it. So listeners, let's just take a moment and feel into that. When was the last time you felt comfortable, or a moment that you felt comfortable being? And can you bring some of that energy into real time today as we're talking and enjoying? Like I'm enjoying being with all of you. With Sonia, I'm enjoying all of it and being with all of you right now in this moment and time. Let's breathe that in. Wonderful. And I know that you work with both men and women, but I wanted to focus in on women for this for this next question. And in just about a minute and a half, can you share why women struggle so much with self-worth and confidence? What do you observe in that?
Yeah, women are very much conditioned to get their worth of how they look, like the appearances, more the outside, where man is a little bit more the performance. And from very early childhood, we learn to be nice, to please, and that everyone else is more important than us. It's so ingrained in our society, or worldwide, that when we grow up, we have a sense of, I need to be nice and pretty and please in order to be loved, or I need to be perfect to be loved. A lot of women have those common or generic beliefs, like it's a really collective belief about, and I'm sure some of the listeners can resonate with it. And what happens also, why self-worth is such an issue, is because as little girls, we don't necessarily grow up. I didn't grow up. There are exceptions, obviously, but I see it all over the place. We don't grow up with being encouraged to be powerful, to be also strong, to be whatever we are, to really express ourselves fully. There's a moment where we feel that we are more helpless, or that feel we are like a victim, because when a little girl is angry, usually they don't say, hey, great to be angry, yeah, let it out, let your power out. Like, I didn't experience that. Look nice and be quiet, right? That's how women, a lot of women grow up like this still, even in our, so way more conscious society. It's still very collective that women rather should look nice and be quiet.
Yep. And some of what I'm hearing as you're sharing is this opportunity to step into our power, almost maybe that has been a little bit repressed or hidden within us, that we haven't felt free to express. So as we go into our next 2-minute moment, our next commercial break here, I invite you to think about that, and how would you like to tap into some of your power if that power is sitting within you? What are ways that you could express that in a powerful way that makes you feel more powerful? And you can tap in to some of that energy that is within you, that instead of swallowing it down, how can we release it and express it? And I want to share in perhaps a positive way. What are some ways that you can do that in movement or other writing? There's so many ways we can express. So as we go into this next 2-minute moment, I want you to think about that. And when we come back, we're going to get some great tips and ideas from our amazing guest. We'll look forward to talking to you in just a moment.
This is the Voice America Women's Channel, where your success is limitless.
Rebecca Hall Gruyter's Speaker Talent Search is looking for speakers wanting to get on more stages. With just one audition, you could open the doors to hundreds of speaking opportunities, reach more people, and expand your impact. Finalists get to audition live in front of leaders looking to fill all kinds of speaking opportunities. Apply now at speakertalentsearch.com. That's speakertalentsearch.com. We look forward to hearing your message.
Relationship issues? Anxious? Parenting challenges? No more. Learn to live your best life. Tune into Straight Talk with top therapist, relationship, and anxiety expert Sandra Reish. Learn to transform your challenges into effective solutions. Whether it's relationships, parenting, anxiety, or other traps, Sandra will show you how you can live the life of your dreams. Listen live every Thursday afternoon at 6 p.m. Eastern Time and 3 p.m. Pacific Time on the Voice America Health and Wellness Channel.
Do you find yourself working tirelessly to keep your business going? Are you finding out that you don't have time for family, friends, any kind of personal life whatsoever? It's time to stop feeling trapped by your business. Tune in to Reclaim Your Freedom with host Shirley Dalton. You'll hear from guests that will help you work on your business instead of constantly in your business and get your life back while the business keeps running and humming. Reclaim Your Freedom airs live every Tuesday at 1 p.m. U.S. Pacific Time on Voice America Business.
Announcing a powerful new TV channel featuring programs designed to enhance and transform your life. Make powerful connections, one program at a time. And by doing so, we can bring transformation to the world. Tune in each week to Empowered Connections TV as we add new programs to help you make empowered connections of your own. Visit empoweredconnectionstv.com. That's empoweredconnectionstv.com. And make the most of an incredible life transformation. Follow us on Twitter at VoiceAmericaTRN. Get the lowdown on guests, new shows, and your favorites. That's VoiceAmericaTRN.
You're listening to Empowering Women, Transforming Lives with your host, Rebecca Hall Gruyter. If you have a question or comment for Rebecca or her guest, we'd love to hear from you. Please call into the program at 1-866-613-1612. That's 1-866-613-1612. You may also send an email to Rebecca at yourpurposedrivenpractice.com. Now back to Empowering Women, Transforming Lives.
Welcome back, everyone. I hope that you enjoyed that 2-minute moment and you took the opportunity to stay really present and think about what are some ways that you could tap into that power, perhaps, that has been swallowed down. I used to swallow down my power or frustration. I would literally swallow it and take it within me versus expressing it, and writing and reflection and movement, dancing became a really great way for me to tap into that power and release some of it rather than keeping it all bottled up inside me. So I hope you came up with some ideas. But just in case you didn't, we're going to tap into Sonia's expertise here. And I'd love for you to comment on that. And if there are some tips or ideas that you have to help us tap into that power in a way that is supportive of us, not destructive, but ways that are supportive of us to really step into our power, to love ourselves and express ourselves powerfully into the world.
Absolutely. And of course, it's always in our benefit, because when we are in our power, it means also that we are in our truth. Like, that's how I see it. Power is in general, for me, very positively associated. So there are many things you can do. Something that I always recommend is a simple meditation exercise, and you can even do that right now and take some more time later. If you are driving, just listen. And just stay on the road and be safe. But what you can simply do is really, and I would encourage you to stand up if you are sitting. If you can, if not, you can totally do it sitting. But sometimes it's nice to stand up when we're sitting for a long time, because our energy gets a little bit sluggish and we want to feel more energized. So stand up, feel your feet on the ground, and for a moment, close your eyes and take a nice deep breath. And what I want you to do is imagine yourself growing for a moment. Like, let yourself stand up as whatever, how tall you are. I'm not very tall, but it doesn't matter. It has nothing to do with height. But imagine yourself, there's a string on top of your head, and it's pulling you upwards. And with your breath, you allow yourself to be really long and tall. Your head is up. You don't look down. You look either straight with your eyes closed or up. You can keep the eyes open if you feel more comfortable, but you do not want to look down. You want to look just a bit up. And take another breath. And allow yourself for a moment to really stand within your own presence. And imagine that you expand the space around you. Why I'm doing this is we often hide and we walk a little bit, like shoulders a little down or face looks downwards. Like I want you for a moment to imagine to fully embrace your whole presence and your power and expand it. And with your exhale, you push it really, you widen it, you really let yourself become big. And I can feel that people are doing it because I'm an energy person. I feel the energy shifting. So take another nice deep breath. And then as simple as what you can do is you set an intention internally or you declare to just own your power a little bit more every day. You don't need to know how yet. You don't need to have all the answers, but it's a decision that you make, an intention and a declaration that will shift the energy already moving towards that. It's just something quick that I wanted to do. Of course, if you take more time, you can feel more into it. And one other tip that I wanted to give, and you can keep that energy. And of course, if you're still standing and you want to sit, you can sit down. I love to stand sometimes. So.
Either way is perfect.
Either way is perfect, like whatever you want to do. And one thing is grab a pen and a piece of paper. You can do that now or later after the show or in the 2-minute break. I love it. And write down in which ways you can take more time for yourself. Because what I see, especially for women, is we put ourselves always last. So I want you to brainstorm a little bit and write things down. What are the things that you want to do that you usually don't, or that you only do when you've taken care of everybody else? It could be like taking a bubble bath, could be going to the hairdresser, could be making a smoothie, could be anything, could be spending quality time with your husband, could be just sitting in silence for 5 minutes in the morning. It doesn't really matter what it is. You know the answers. But when you write it down and you realize how much time you spend for others and how much time, quality time you take for yourself, it's easier to bring a balance into your daily life. I hope that helps. I have plenty more other tips, but Rebecca, you let me know how much you want to hear.
This is perfect. It's a great taste of where they can tap in and things they can start doing right now. And I want to say that as we did that exercise, so thank you for providing an interactive moment. I love it. That I could actually feel warmth. A power and a shifting that was happening. I could feel it with my heart and kind of that expansion throughout the energy field as we were all connecting heart to heart and around the world. And something I think is really interesting is this is going to keep echoing out through different channels, through additional networks, and through replays. And those of you listening right now are connecting with everyone around the world that has listened before and listened after when you tune in like that. And together you are standing and expanding and expressing your power. And I appreciate it because I'm not super tall either. So I appreciated being very tall. Thank you. It's standing in our power. It really doesn't matter how we look, how tall we are, whatever. It's your own power and standing in it and owning it. Well, I am very tall on the inside. So thank you.
So am I.
I appreciate expressing that. Well, I wanted to make sure that we took a moment to share a little bit about the self-love revolution. All of you listening today have gotten an opportunity to taste and experience a little bit of Sonia's amazing heart and love for each of you to really support you, but it's not something anyone can do for you. It's really stepping into self-love yourself. That's how you join the revolution that is spreading around the world. So do you mind sharing a little bit about what is this self-love revolution and how can people become a part of it?
Absolutely, Rebecca, I would love to. So the Self-Love Revolution is an annual event, and it was created by me when I was thinking, how can I support women and men to, on a free resource to tap into that and get also advice from people who have been there, who've been on the other side, who know the struggle, all over the world. So what the Self-Love Revolution is a virtual event where I interview over 20 experts. Rebecca is one of them. I loved our interview. She's really, really great. And in this 30 minutes, we share some of our story. We give tips. We give resources. Every expert has very generously also provided a free gift for the audience. And every day you get one of those 30-minute interviews for free. And what it does, it really... The most feedback I get a lot of feedback, but it's very inspiring. People get hope. They get really practical tools. And why I've created it is support system is so important. When we are in a place where we desire something that we don't have yet, we often can't get there by ourselves. I would not be where I am without my teachers, my coaches, my mentors, and all the work that I've done. So this is to help women to really also feel that I am not alone. We are all in this together, and we can support and uplift each other together.
Beautiful.
And it starts. It's going to start on Monday. This Monday, and anyone who
Monday,
wants to
April
join
10th. Just in case people are listening later.
That's true. Yeah, that's true. The recording, and everyone can sign up for free anywhere in the world. I don't know if there's a link somewhere you want me to say the link. It's very simple. It's the selfloverevolutionlife.com, and everyone is invited to join us.
Oh, love it, love it, love it. Oh, thank you for sharing a little bit about it. I so enjoyed our interview as well. The time went so fast. We could have just kept talking. So listeners, I really encourage you to tap into this amazing revolution. And we have the link posted as well. And let me share with you how to find that. If you go to... I just blanked for a moment. That's so funny. So here's a moment. I love this. One of the things I teach at my live events is that we are so beautiful. And in those moments where we're being authentic and we're being real and our mind does something like that, it's actually a truly beautiful moment. And so I always encourage the audience to share back, you are so beautiful. Because what happens is our mind can start to go to a different path, like I can't believe I don't know where my links are, etc., rather than staying
exactly.
really, really present and serving. And so I just want to encourage everyone, it's okay to have moments like that, even live on the air. We're going to leave it in the replay, but I do have the link. I can share it. It's radiogifts.net. So radio, like the radio show you're listening to, gifts, plural, .net. It's net full of multiple gifts. You'll scroll down to today's date, which is Tuesday, April 4th. You're going to see Sonia's beautiful picture and the link right there. It's the Self-Love Revolution that you'll be able to click on. We have you enter your name and email address so we can stay in touch, and then you do that for her as well so she can send you all of the links and you can experience this amazing revolution. You'll also find some gifts from me there as well. And I mentioned it was a net full of gifts because we actually have a wide library of resources to support you on your journey. So peruse, choose those gifts that will support and empower you. So again, that's radiogifts.net. And we're going to take a 2-minute moment here, another 2-minute break. And when we come back, we have some exciting finishing tips that we're going to share with you. So enjoy your 2-minute moments, and we'll talk to you in just a moment.
The Voice America Women's Channel.
Tune in to the Just Jan TV show at justjantvshow.com. Visionary women's leader Jan Jorgensen is inspiring, practical, and visionary. Jan brings us everyday transformational emerging leaders, courageously changing the world by speaking and living their truth. Sit around the table with us for profound feminine wisdom, insights, and connection. Be sure to join us at justjantvshow.com. New episodes are every Tuesday at 11 a.m. Pacific Time at justjantvshow.com.
Announcing a powerful new TV channel featuring programs designed to enhance and transform your life. Make powerful connections, one program at a time. And by doing so, we can bring transformation to the world. Tune in each week to Empowered Connections TV as we add new programs to help you make empowered connections of your own. Visit empoweredconnectionstv.com. That's empoweredconnectionstv.com. And make the most of an incredible life transformation.
Rebecca Hall Gruyter's Speaker Talent Search is looking for speakers wanting to get on more stages. With just one audition, you could open the doors to hundreds of speaking opportunities, reach more people, and expand your impact. Finalists get to audition live in front of leaders looking to fill all kinds of speaking opportunities. Apply now at speakertalentsearch.com. That's speakertalentsearch.com. We look forward to hearing your message.
We're making it easier to listen to the Voice America Talk Radio Network wherever you go. In addition to listening live, you can check out information about your favorite talk show hosts, discover new talk show personalities, add shows to your list of favorites, and listen to all our show archives on demand. All from your iPhone, BlackBerry, or Android. Download it from the Apple App Store, BlackBerry App World, or Android Market, and get ready to tune in. The Voice America mobile app, powered by Aircast.
The Voice America Women's Channel.
You're listening to Empowering Women, Transforming Lives with your host, Rebecca Hall Gruyter. If you have a question or comment for Rebecca or her guest, we'd love to hear from you. Please call into the program at 1-866-613-1612. That's 1-866-613-1612. You may also send an email to Rebecca at yourpurposedrivenpractice.com. Now back to Empowering Women, Transforming Lives.
Welcome back, everyone. I hope you took the opportunity to lean into joining the self-love revolution, that you leaned into exploring that huge library of gifts, all for free to serve and support you. We want to really equip and empower you to step forward in your life. That we are all absolutely needed, perfect in our imperfections, and we're made for such a time as this. And behind the scenes, Sonia and I were chatting a little bit, and I let her know that we were going to play a quick game, that it was safe. And she said, I'm game, let's do it. So she doesn't know what the game is. So I call it, but I love your willingness. It's beautiful. And I call this the speed round. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to just share a word, and I want you to share the first word that pops into your mind. Okay. And listeners, you can play along as well. See what word pops into your mind and see if it ends up being the same or different. It's really fun to kind of see how our minds work and how we interact. So the first word that comes to my heart and mind is love.
Love. It's the second word that comes. Love is love. Nothing else comes up.
I love that. Love squared. Beautiful. Love and love. What about Tuesday?
Tuesday, tennis.
Oh, okay. Mm-hmm. And Wednesday. Let's go through the week. Wednesday.
You will laugh now. Zumba.
Okay, and Friday. Fridays are important.
Friday. Oh, gosh. Friday is fun.
Okay, Friday fun day. I love that. How about a garden?
Flowers.
Shoes.
Tennis shoes.
Go back to Tuesday.
I love tennis.
Full circle. I love that. Joy.
Dancing.
Standing.
Dancing.
Beautiful. And connection.
Love.
And then the final word of the speed round is revolution.
Self-love revolution.
Da-da-da. I love it. Perfect. Thank you for playing. Listeners, I'd love to hear what your thoughts were and what you said with some of those words. It's always fun to see how we are similar and different and what does pop into our mind when certain words are said. So thank you for playing. And I wanted to circle back into any additional tips that you might have had laid on your heart as we've had our conversation. We've talked about self-love. You gave us a beautiful experiential meditation to tap into some of our power and things that we can start doing. But I wanted to give you an opportunity if you had an additional tip or two that was laid on your heart that you want to share with our listeners today.
Yes. I would suggest, and my tip is to take every morning 10 minutes for yourself before you do anything else. And how you start the day sets the tone for the rest of your day. So by starting, and you could meditation, it could be yoga, it could just be breathing, it could be journaling. The point is to have 10 minutes of quality time for yourself in the morning to set the tone for the rest of the day. Could be setting an intention, could be setting, setting an intention to be more loving and kind to yourself, could be to read something inspirational or to connect to your higher self. Point is to really start the day with taking quality time for yourself first. And if you do that on a regular basis, I can guarantee it's going to really make a huge shift in your life.
Beautiful. So carving out those 10 minutes just for you as you start the day. Beautiful. Thank you for sharing. And I wanted to also share if you had just a final word or thought that you wanted to share with our listeners here as we are coming to the close of our show. I've so enjoyed spending time with you, but I wanted to give you an opportunity for something that was laid on your heart.
Absolutely. So what comes to heart and mind is to take time to learn to love yourself or to reconnect to who you are, to do the inner work that's needed to reveal the layers that are preventing you from loving yourself is the greatest contribution that you can do. And it's not only for yourself, but also for the world. Because imagine for a moment everyone on this planet would love themselves just a little bit more. How the world would be different. And you start in your own world, in your own little world, family, within yourself, with your children, your spouse, your co-workers, your neighbors. So to really know that to take time for yourself is not only not selfish, is the biggest contribution you can make for a better world inside of yourself and outside.
Love this. Thank you for sharing. Take that time for yourself. We can make a global difference by being willing to choose to carve out time for ourselves, to fill ourselves to overflowing, to love ourselves, to be part of that self-love revolution. So a few things on my heart. One, I'm going to encourage you strongly to lean into the self-love revolution. Say yes to you and let Sonia and her amazing experts pour into you. 2, choose joy. Choose. And you can do it in the morning, but guess what? You can do it throughout the day. You can have these moments that you pause. Say, I choose this, or I choose myself. I choose right now in this moment to be this way. And then as you breathe out, be that. You get to make those choices throughout the day. And I believe the biggest gift you can give the world is you. So I want to encourage each of you to pause, think about who you are, how you're being, what matters most to you, and then make the choice to echo that out into the world, to nourish yourself, to empower yourself, and be willing to share the amazing gift of who you are with those around you. Be willing, wherever you go, whatever you do, to bloom where you are planted and shine. Have an amazing week, everyone. We look forward to talking to you next time. Take
Thank you for joining us this week for Empowering Women, Transforming Lives. Please tune in again for another edition with your host, Rebecca Hall Gruyter, next Tuesday at 2 p.m. Eastern Time, 11 a.m. Pacific on the Voice America Women's Channel. And join us for a replay of the show every Wednesday at 5 p.m. Eastern Time, 2 p.m. Pacific on the Voice America Empowerment Channel. Have a beautiful week, and may you always bloom where you're planted and shine.